In this video, I am going to show you how to buy groceries online at Target.com to have them delivered to your house so you don't have to go to the grocery store. So I'm here at Target.com. If you notice, I'm here on the home page. So this is everything. What I want to do if I want to go to groceries specifically is I'm going to click on the categories button over here. And I'm going to scroll down to where it says grocery, and I'm going to click on that grocery button, and I'm going to click on this explore all for grocery. I could go down into individual categories here, but I'm just going to go to the main grocery page. One of the things that you will notice here on the grocery page that I want to point out is Target is automatically detecting my location. So it's assuming that this is my Target store that I prefer. I actually have a couple Target stores that are pretty equally distant to me that I'll shop at. This is one I like, but if for some reason it doesn't have the store that you want, you can always click on that button and scroll down and set a different store. I like that one though, so I'm going to keep that one as my store. So as I scroll down, you'll see all the primary categories here of grocery for different kinds of food that I would want. I'm going to go ahead and click on produce. And when I do that, it's going to take me to the produce section. And you can see there are some additional categories here as well if I just want to look at vegetables or fruit. But I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down a little bit more because they have a lot of these items highlighted. And really, adding everything to your list is as simple as just clicking these plus buttons here and adding items. Or if I wanted to do some actual search, I can obviously go up here at the very top and I could type in something like, bananas, and it will actually show me bananas here that I can buy, right? So I'm just going to go back here to the grocery page that I was on, the main produce page. And I want to show you when you're here for the very first time adding these groceries, when you click on this plus button to add your first item to your cart, it's going to ask you either to sign in to your existing Target account or to create an account. Now, if you already have a Target account, if you already buy some things through Target online, then you may already be logged in. But for most people, they're going to have to go through the process of actually creating a Target account. So this is really, really simple. There's not much to it. I'm going to go ahead and go in. I have a previous Target account, but I want to show you guys how to do that. So I'm going to type in an email here. John's my name, last name. I'm going to leave that out and then add a password. One thing I want to show you on the password is as you go through typing your password in, it's going to detect whether you are meeting their password requirements or not. So if you don't, it's not going to let you submit it. You won't see a button there. But as soon as you meet their requirements, then you're going to see this create an account button pop up. I'm going to go ahead and click this box that says keep me signed in. And that's just because this is my personal home computer. It's not a public computer. And so I don't want to have to log in every time I go to the site. So I'm going to click that. So after that, I'm just going to click this create account button that it's going to add for me. And it's trying to get me to join Target Circle, which is their reward program. I'm going to skip that for now. And now you'll see when I'm actually on the site, it's going to ask me to confirm my address. That's the next thing it's going to do. So I'm going to add a delivery address. We're going to add a new address here. And in this case, I'm going to add my address here, Dallas, Texas, US. It's going to ask me for a phone number. Delivery instructions if I need them, right? So you can see some examples here. Buzz this at the gate, take the elevator and call me. Most people, if you're in a house, if you're shipping to a house, you don't need any delivery instructions. And then I'm going to add this as my default shipping address, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So then you'll see here that this address has been added. So now, as I'm doing deliveries and things like that, it should know exactly where I am. So now that I've gone through this process, I'm going to go back to categories. It's much easier once you've done this. The first time you do this is a little bit tougher. You have to jump through a few more hoops. But once you've done it once, then it'll go a lot more simply. I'm going to go back to this main grocery page. And now you'll see when I'm on this page, I go back to produce, and you'll see how much easier it is now once I actually add things. So I'm going to go ahead and as we talked about before, I'm going to add a banana. And this time when I add it, it's got my delivery address here. So it says delivery is available. Depending on your location, you may or may not have delivery, but a lot of Target locations now do have delivery. So I'm going to just go ahead and select that address. And you can see I've got one banana in my cart here. If I click the plus, I can add a second set of bananas into my cart. And then if I scroll up to the very top of the page, you'll see here I'm logged in, and I'll be able to access my cart at any time. But it shows me I've got two things in my cart. If I click on that cart icon, that's going to show me everything that I've got in here. Now, here's a really interesting thing. The message you see at the top of here is really, really critical. So to get same-day delivery, you have to have an order that has more than $35 in it. So they're not just going to let you do delivery if you just have one thing of bananas in your cart like I have right now. So you can see there's a delivery charge in here. There's a subtotal. We'll talk about delivery charges in a minute because you have some options here in terms of delivery. But I'm going to go back to shop a little bit more. So I'm going to, this time, instead of going back to categories, I'm going to search for something. So let's say bread. It says bread in grocery. This is bread mix that I searched. So I'm going to do some crumb cake that I can add here for delivery. Again, one in my cart. You can also see here on the left-hand side, you've got a lot of options to filter the things that you're looking at. And I can see categories here. So I'm going to go click on bakery and bread and see what else I can find. And I'm going to quickly just add $35 worth of things to my cart just so we can go through that process and look at everything. So I think I'll add a little bit of cornbread here for delivery. You'll notice as you go through here, some things do not have an add for delivery button. And that basically just means that it's not something that you can add to a delivery order. It's only something that you're going to be able to find in stores. So I'm going to add here, let's say some pita bread for delivery. I'll add 2 of those. I'm also going to add some of this brioche bread, which I really, really like. And let's see what else we've got here. You can see I've scrolled down to the bottom. This is page 1 of 12, so if I click that little button, it'll take me to the next page. I'm going to add some of this bread. We're just going to load up on bread. I'll add a few there to my cart. So I'm going to go back up and check my cart just to see how much I have in it. If I click on the cart button up here, I'm still a little bit short. I'm at $28 right now. So I am going to go do some more searches. And let's say, let's look for milk. You'll see it's got milk bone here, but let's do it for, let's say, 2% milk. And then I'm going to go into grocery. And I've got a 2% milk, 1 gallon I can add. I'm going to add that for delivery. And then let's say I also want to get some creamer. You don't always have to go down to click grocery. If I just type in creamer right here and hit my return button, it's going to take me to kind of listings that I need. So I'm going to add some, let's see, some of these are delayed. I'm going to add some International Delight French Vanilla Creamer. Click add for delivery. I'm going to add 2 of those. And let's also add here, let's say for some variety, I also would like some caramel macchiato as well. And I'll add a couple of those. So I should now have enough to meet that delivery minimum. And I'm going to click on my cart button. So you can see here in the cart right now, I've got $43 total. Because my subtotal of groceries is over $35, it's going to give me a discount on the items that I put in there if I do same-day delivery. Now, all of Target's delivery, this is really important. Down here on the right, you'll see this trial of Shipt. All of Target's delivery is done through a third-party service called Shipt. Shipt is basically just a service where they have individual shoppers. The shoppers will take your list. They will build your Target order at the grocery. They'll put everything together. They'll check out and they'll bring it to you. Now, this is a service that you basically pay either a $99 annual fee for, or you pay a whatever the monthly fee is. I think it's like a $9 or $10 a month fee. That's who Target is using to do their delivery. But you can also, if you have a Shipt account, you can also order from a lot of other places, maybe even some of your other grocery stores. So in the area that I live in, we can use Shipt to order from Target, but we can also use it to order from Kroger, which is one of our local grocery stores, as well as a few other places. So if you have the means to be able to pay for that annual membership, that's great. If you don't, though, the great thing with Target right now is they're going to give you your first month free anyway, so you can always use it for your first Target order, see how you like it, and you can always cancel after that. So after you've done this, it's pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and click this Get a Free 4-week trial and click on I'm ready to check out. This is when you should see your actual delivery windows. Now, one thing to keep in mind here, you see a couple things. The first is that my delivery fee is free. It was $9. They've waived it, obviously, because I did the Shipt trial. But this is where you're going to see your actual delivery windows. Now, I am recording this video late in the evening, so there are no more same-day delivery windows available, excuse me. But what you will see here when you check out is the delivery windows that are available, and you can check those. It's usually, I believe it's usually a 2-hour window that you select. Keep in mind that with everything going on right now, sometimes delivery windows may be limited. I will say that that's been one thing that's been good for us about having the Shipt membership is because we can order from a few different places. We can always try a few different places, and one of them generally will work. So hopefully this answered some of your questions about ordering groceries online through Target. Again, I would say this is a great option if you don't want to actually go into the grocery store. It can be a little bit intimidating the first time you do this, but it really is pretty easy. And as I said, the first time is always the hardest because you've got to create an account and do all that stuff. But once you have that set up, it's much easier to go through that process. The other thing that I would say is on most of these online grocery ordering sites, once you've placed an order, it will remember things that you've ordered before. So if you are in the habit of buying the same kind of milk or things like that, it's even easier, right? Because all that stuff shows up. So hopefully this gives you some confidence that you need to be able to do this on your own. And appreciate you tuning in, and be on the lookout for other videos of other online grocery services, including a video for Shipped, which I mentioned. We'll walk through that service. Thanks a lot.